We're now in the top 3 to 5 in a conversation about where would you invest. I mean, we're considered a core market now. Now, granted, they lump us with the whole North Texas market when they talk about core market, so they don't really divide out Fort Worth. It's really Dallas-Fort Worth, but you know, we're a large part of the reason that a lot of the growth has happened. Yeah, I think probably what we're best known for in industrial and logistics circles are the creation of the inland port. I think we're viewed by people around the country and really around the world as quote unquote the granddaddy of the inland port. Once people could see this integration of air, rail, highway, and intermodal in a master plan environment, people started using the reference inland port. That word didn't exist before. The American Airlines maintenance base deal, had it not been for that, I don't think the Alliance Airport project would have really gotten on the map. So 1990 was the airport coming out party. 1992 was the opening of State Highway 170, which was that next big piece that I just talked about. 1994 was the completion of construction of the intermodal hub and the opening of the intermodal hub. So really from 1988 to 1994, it took us 6 years to build the big anchor foundation for the whole program. So I look at those first 6 years as, I call them the infrastructure years. That was just, you know, we didn't make that many deals. We made a few, and we made some big ones who became really drivers of the future development. But we had to have all that in place. Well, what happens when you do that, when you kind of go off the reservation or outside the box or whatever term you want to use, when you do it, the opportunity that you didn't expect that might be different from the mission you're on drops out of the sky. I mean, that's what's happened to us almost, you know, all the way through the history of the project. It's been opportunities have come that we didn't expect, that were the result of us trying to think of, you know, some crazy stuff. The intermodal with Burlington Northern, you know, had it not been for our willingness to do that deal with them early on, first deal we did, the auto facility with Santa Fe Railway and the Honda yard over on the west side, we wouldn't have had that relationship. We wouldn't have been able to prove to them that we could execute, and they might not have come and given us a shot. It was the most complicated and fun projects, fun and retrospectively, I've ever worked on, because we were literally, I mean, that was, the airport was out of whole cloth, that was out of whole cloth. I mean, that was true greenfield. We drew it on the back of a cocktail napkin. To design that facility on the back, Richard Squires, we went to meet with we had the engineers and we had their engineers, and we were talking about how it could be done, and Squires took a cocktail napkin. We weren't like in a smoky bar or something. I think we were at dinner or something. Can't remember where we were, but he took a cocktail napkin and he basically drew that loop and then showed how the tracks would come off and how we could do a double-sided facility. And we framed it. We found that cocktail napkin.
A lot of people frame those.
Yeah, we found it. We framed it, and when Richard retired a few years ago, we gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.